Today we wanted to talk about consideration of the value for your new home when you are in the process of selling your home and buying a new one.
Right. So when you already have owned one home at least, you already have some experience in how you act in that home, how you maintain that home, how you created that to make your own space. You already kind of know what your actions were with the first home, and now we're looking at a second one. So there are things that seasoned by homeowners already think about when they're looking in new to really kind of understand, is this going to get them the most financial success? So we're going to dive into a couple things that we're going to talk about that you can also, when you're looking at new homes, to really consider what you can do to your old home that you're going to sell when you're kind of figuring out what it is that you want as well.
Exactly. Therefore, really here is you always need to look at everything that you do, especially buying or selling home, as an investment. Like recently we had an appraisal for one of the houses that we were trying to buy for somebody. And the appraisal came actually unexpected, lower than we thought. And the reason was they said there was no new upgrades into the house. No?
It was in a great area.
Exactly. Therefore, really, we wanted to talk about first enhancing the curb appeal, in your own house.
Now, when you're looking at new homes, you see how other people handle their curb appeal. And if you want to sell your home, this is the easiest things you can take in mind as well. So you're looking at other people, you're saying, what have they done with their landscaping? What are the native flowers? What are the shrubbery? A well-kept garden kind of shows that you've taken care of the entire property. So you want to, and this is actually a really easy thing to take care of. Also, your front door really does matter. It will make the appearance of your home on the outside just more magnificent because it's a fresh coat of paint, and it's really just a simple fresh coat of paint.
Exactly. Or exterior of your house, like a windows, siding that could be brake veneer or the vinyl siding or the gutters, and some of this small things that you can do to make your house nicer.
Right. So also when you're looking at homes, you take into consideration as well, because you already know what you did already in your first home. So how good were you at landscaping? Do you want to minimize this time? Do you want to maximize the next space? So you also have to take into consideration when you're buying new what you want to actually do outdoors, and if there's any way you can buy something that's going to be easy maintenance, much more like your detail, because I love roses and rose petals, and I want to make sure my rose bushes are like the prize rose bushes in the area. And you can, look at places and say, this is what I can do in this space.
Or
on the
tulips.
outside.
I love tulips. Therefore, also the next thing that we want
is our introduction. Let's hit it. Guys, Alan Victoria, welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Now talk to me.
Next, after we talk about the curb appeal, that we are talking about both ways, that you are looking at your old home that they are selling and the one that you are purchasing. The next thing is that is more upgrade is like an energy efficiency upgrade, no?
Right.
And what it comes to the play, energy
Which
efficiency.
is a really interesting, because at the end of the day, nobody likes a utility bill. 100% we don't like utility bills, especially if you already owned a home, you know what your utility bills already are. So what can we do to minimize these bills that we don't really want, other than changing? I can tell you, when we first bought this home, they had those floodlights all over the house, and my husband immediately took all those floodlights out and put like energy efficient lights in these light bulbs, because we knew that we didn't want to spend on a huge light bill. So we want to make sure that we're replacing them with the LED lights or anything that's not going to consume a lot of energy. Can you do that? What will make the space? And when the builder actually saw what we had done, they were like, why'd you do that? We're like, oh, we like the light of it more. But the truth is, we want the energy bill lower. The second thing is insulation. Tell me about that.
For example, we have a room in our bonus room that is not properly insulated. No, therefore, when you're looking at it, that room could be in the summer super hot and in a winter super cold, and it's going to affect also energy efficiency. For example, for the upstairs. Therefore, putting a good insulation in the attic helps you to also less consume energy, no?
Right, and when you're buying a home, you're really taking these into considerations because, yeah, light bulbs are easy to fix, but have they done all the insulation? How much is it going to cost you to insulate whatever area you're looking at? The next one is smart thermostats. Can you use a programmable thermostat that's going to optimize your energy use if that's going to work at all?
Exactly.
Or is it something that you're not going to worry about? But that's another thing. Let's talk about kitchens, right?
Exactly. That's the heart of the house, kitchen. And we really wanted to talk about simply about modernizing kitchen and bath, no? For what that you can pay off really, no?
Okay, so invest appliances that are modern, efficient, and then also we can make sure that maybe you can get some money back from the government with getting updated appliances because now you're doing ones that consume less energy and that helps the environment. So there are even programs out there to keep us modern if you're buying or selling. So look at what's going on there and is it going to benefit your line? The second thing is cabinets and countertops. Small changes, even if you just change the hardware, which is like the $1 or maybe 50 cents or even 30 cents, like knobs in the kitchen or refinishing the surfaces. No, I'm not telling you have to add granite, but maybe in the new house you want granite or you want quartz. But even those small changes will have a big impact on how that house looks.
Exactly. For example, you can have a cabinet if you want to go deeper, 30 inches height or 36 or even 42. That my wife loved the 42
I don't have them.
because you don't have any space from your ceiling that collect all the dust and it looks your kitchen more spacious
love
and
them.
nicest.
Next one is fixtures. So can you replace old faucets and shower heads with modern ones? And this is going to make you feel more modern. What are you going on in your bathroom? Faucets are cheap to change out, so are shower heads. What is going to make the space feel yours, both in selling the home, what's going to bring people, and also buying home, what's going to bring people?
Yeah, or the light on the top of the countertop in your kitchen. No, all those light fixture also is going to help to modernize the look of your home. The next thing that we wanted to talk, and it's super, super important, and my wife recently was talking to one of the neighbors that they find out their energy bill is super high. And one of the thing is regular maintenance. No, for example, you're running your AC. Either you bought a brand new house, no, 2024, 2025, and then you just keep running the AC and see in the summer, in the winter, and then you're looking at your bill and you see the bill doesn't make sense, no? That makes the light bulb get on that said maybe you don't do every 6 months the regular maintenance, no?
Yeah, regular maintenance. Like you get your car tuned up is what I tell people, right? And most people don't even think about their HVAC. You get your car tuned up all the time. Every 3,000 miles we get an oil change. But how are you doing that with the system that's running your air conditioning or your heating in your home?
24/7.
So it's always good to have regular maintenance on these things as well. Maybe it needs an oil change, maybe it needs something more, but you need to always, again, keep these machines working at peak. The next thing is roof. Every so often, having a roof inspection is going to make sure that you're going to catch a problem before you have a leak in your home.
We recently did the roof inspection and thanks to God, everything was good for this, and also drainage check. No, we noticed that some of our vinyl siding, it's like it turned green. And when we talked to the contractor, they said because of the drainage, the gutters.
Our one side of our gutters are, so we need to upgrade the gutters.
Exactly.
So we understand that's not a big expense as long as we catch it before there's actual water damage. So by paying attention to your own home, also when you're buying, these are things you're also looking out for. When was the HVAC checked? When was the roof inspected? What are those gutters looking like?
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is home expansion. What do you mean
now,
by that?
Now, again, this is going to be on you. Are you looking to sell and then because you are limited? Are you looking to buy because you are going to be limited again? So if you are considering you want to add a deck, you want to add a mother-in-law suite, you have to look at your codes, your local codes, your building codes, your city codes. Is it a good ROI for you to spend all this money to create this other piece of property within your property, and is it a good investment or not? And you have to look at, is it even feasibly possible before you put $1 down on buying another house?
Exactly. Which brings us to the next topic too, a smart home technology. No, then as you see in the brand new homes, especially from 2023 up 2024 and going toward 2025, there are lots of security systems. Some of the builders even offer for a couple years free security system that is going to help you to monitor remotely and also can reduce the insurance cost for annually that you need to purchase for your loan. No?
Okay, the other thing is smart locks, right? So smart locks are important. Another thing to talk about is home automation devices. You can have smart doors, smart lights, garage door openers, I said doors. What I really want with automation in the future, though, is some sort of tech on my pipes. And I know it exists. I just don't have it in my home. But I know the smart tech that I want, which is to tell me that something's up with any one of my piping before anything happens to my pipe. This technology exists to where you can just put something on there, and then if there is a problem with your water, you would be connected to your phone. I want it. I don't have it. I know it exists. Therefore, I definitely want it.
The next thing that we wanted to talk about is painting and decorating. No, therefore, refreshing the wall colors dramatically actually improve the look of your house, especially if you are selling. Like in 2020, 2022, and 2023, the agreeable gray was #1 selling in real estate as homes. Therefore, I'm just making an example.
But when I was a kid, beige was like the in thing. Everybody wanted beige. Right now, it's the agreeable gray. Who knows what the future might be, because those colors do shift. I also want to add, if you're owning a home or if you are buying a home, think about things that you can do, your textures, your trims. What can you do to make that space more appealing for you or for others? Is it crown molding? Is it wainscoting? If you don't know what wainscoting is, it's like, where people put the piece of wood and then you make it like wood, and then it makes the place look a little bit more upscale, a little bit more character in the place, and it shows that it's a little bit more valuable.
Exactly. And then the next one, we wanted to talk about long-term community engagement, which is engaging in the community planning and improvement, or supporting your local schools for education.
When you're buying, if schools are important to you, you need to know what the schools are. And if you're selling, you need to advertise what those schools are, because those care for a lot of buyers are going to care. Exactly. So schools really do matter. Next thing is green technology. So some buyers are really into green technology. Maybe your old home doesn't have it and you want it, so you're going to maybe move into a new home that has green energy. So this is what I mean by green energy, is basically the solar panels. Exactly. It can also be water conservation. What does that mean?
Water conservation is the low, basically flow toilets and drought resistance, no?
Right, so it should save you money. Or the opposite, maybe it's not drought resistance. Maybe you want like a flood zone area and you want water lilies in areas, so the water lilies take the water and your house doesn't get it. So there's different ways of water that can really matter as well. Now, the last thing is financing. When you're buying and selling a home, you want as much of it as what you want into the buying of the home as your package, because the last thing you want to do is come up with these other options. Now, if it's selling your home and your home is really outdated, and you're going to get a lot more bang for your dollar if you do these fixes because somebody else is going to live there, then you can consider doing that with the home equity loan. You can take refinancing opportunities, and maybe after you remade it, you want it and you're going to stay where you are. So, I mean, there's immediate concerns, long-term considerations, but understanding that every dollar you spend on your home is not just about its comfort, it's not about its functionality, it's about the market value. It's about what you want, what you need, your lifestyle, your dreams, your finances also. So you get to make a lot of choices. So that is really the end result. When you're buying and selling, you have to take into everything that you want into consideration. And I wouldn't let crown molding stop me from buying a home that I wanted to if I knew that I could add crown molding, because that is not an expensive ad. Whereas an expensive ad is going to be a mother-in-law suite. Like you're going to have to get codes and zoning and everything else. But you have to take into consideration your wants, needs, desires in this whole process.
Exactly. And don't forget to contact us, Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent professionals in North Carolina, specifically Pitt County, North Carolina. We'd love to help you, and also watch these videos, and see you next time.